truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury?
Yes. Sergeant Vito Yacovelis of the Danbury Police Department.
This is a matter of State vs. Sean Paul Reyes. Mr. Reyes, I apologize to you. You were scheduled for 2 p.m. today. It was not like I was in here having a picnic. We went until about 15 minutes ago with today's docket. It was longer than usual. But I am cognizant of the fact that you were here scheduled for trial at 2 p.m. In addition, I know we have witnesses here called by the state under subpoena who were here scheduled, and they were here all afternoon as well. In situations like this, there are 2 of us here in the Danbury court that handle the criminal matters. One of them is on trial upstairs, and one of them, me, had the remaining case, every case on the docket today. We literally went until 15 minutes ago. So with that being said, we are here now, and this is down for an infraction trial on 2 infractions. One is creating a public disturbance, 53A181A, and one is simple trespass, 53A110A. They're both infractions. They're not misdemeanors. They're not felonies. They're punishable by a fine of up to $90 plus fees and costs. Parties agree with that?
Yes, sir.
With regard to 53A181A, reads as follows. A person is guilty of creating a public disturbance when, with intent to cause inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm, or recklessly creating the risk thereof, he 1, engages in fighting or in violent, tumultuous, or threatening behavior, or 2, annoys or interferes with another person by offensive conduct, or 3, makes unreasonable noise. That is that statute. Simple trespass, 53A110A. Simple trespass, a person is guilty of simple trespass when, knowing that such person is not licensed or privileged to do so, such person enters or remains in or on any premises without intent to harm any property. Simple trespass is infraction. Those are the 2 infractions that are at issue here. The charges were initially misdemeanors, I believe. Attorney Zentner filed a substituted information reducing the charges to an infraction, and Mr. Reyes still is certainly entitled to his trial, but with infraction trials, it's not a jury trial. It is essentially a court trial. In many cases, it would be an infraction hearing with a magistrate, and if that winds up resulting in a conviction, it comes to a superior court judge for a trial de novo. We are basically going right to that stage based upon unavailability of a magistrate here. So we all understand kind of procedurally where we're at here. Attorney Zentner?
Yes, I'm sorry. We're not addressing it yet, but I do want to put a few things on the record relative to the media's request to televise or film the
Attorney Peter?
I have no objection to the media being here.
Okay. No, you understand that what I said so far is
Yes, I do.
fair run. Okay. So, with that being said, there is a lengthy motion in limine which was filed right now at 4:10 in the afternoon as trial was beginning, dealing with the evidence which is going to be properly trial by the state attorney. Attorney Seeger, is it your record to, that you filed this right now? I just got a copy of it for the first time at 4:10.
Yes, Your Honor, I found out that Mr. Januso, who's the security guard who forms a large portion of the video, was not...
When did you find that out?
A few days ago. I did take some time over the weekend to engage in several conversations with Attorney Zentner and work diligently over the weekend to try to figure out what we do in that case. So I drafted the motion in limine just so that there's a record in writing, but I think our earlier conversations in chambers are fairly clear. The objection is that security guard's not, well, at least...
Well, look, I think that that is a situation that Attorney Zentner it has to contend with. We have here one of the potential witnesses at this trial would have been Phil Janusa, who is a security guard. He appears in the video, which is placed on Mr. Reyes' website for viewing. That individual is not going to be available to testify in this particular trial. And as a result, the information, the statements he makes in this video are potentially problematic under the rules of evidence. Attorney Zentner.
I would respectfully ask that some of the content you see in the video would come in as adoptive admission, but even if the court did not accept that as an exception to the hearsay rule, to offer that for substantive purposes, I would ask the court to consider that the statements to bring context to the defendant's own statements would be admissible, so that they are intelligible for the court to understand them. So they wouldn't be offered for the truth, they would be offered for other reasons. Notice, knowledge.
So-called doctrine of completeness.
Correct, that would be another theory, correct.
Okay, so, Attorney Seeger, here's my suggestion to kind of expedite. There's no jury here. This is not something that they would have to be spared seeing certain pieces of the video and finding fact that I deem irrelevant or not admissible under the hearsay rule. Under the circumstances, what do you say to me taking this defendant's motion and then under advisement? I'll make a full ruling on it. And certainly the full ruling, if it does involve inadmissibility of portions of the video with regard to specifically the testimony of, or the interaction with Mr. Reyes of Phil Janusa, I would make a record that the court is going to disregard that as inadmissible, and we would just continue on in that fashion that we decided to continue on. How are you with that?
As long as I get a ruling on the motion in limine at some point, and for the purpose of expediting things, I'm game for almost anything today.
So, Counsel, we had both, I had indicated just before we came out here in light of the hour and in light of the fact that we had individuals that are giving up their time to testify, including Mr. Reyes, who's giving up his time to be here. We had talked about potentially, knowing the fact that that video was out there, it's been viewed by, I think, all the parties associated with the litigation of this matter, Attorney Zentner, both defense counsel and myself, before I knew this was my case, I suggested that we would call the witnesses who are here and run the video either at the end or understood that it's been seen. But I think I would certainly concede that the completeness of the record is important. So what we're going to do then is have Attorney Zentner call his first witness, offer the video as through whatever witness he intends to offer it. It will play for purposes of the record, and then at the appropriate time, ideally tomorrow, I'll make a ruling on the defendant's motion and indicate on the record what portions of that particular video are going to be disregarded as inadmissible under the rules of evidence. How does that sound for both parties? Just trying to expedite what we're doing.
The state will concede that in portions of the video where the police appear to be talking strictly to Mr. Genosa would not be admissible. That would constitute hearsay, and the state would concede as much, and certainly ask the court not to consider those.
Yeah. So here's my feeling. This is going to be, if counsel is in agreement, the video is going to be, if it comes into evidence by virtue of the testimony of the witness who is here and available and willing to testify, ready to testify today, it'll be put in. It'll be played for completeness of the record. And then the defendant's motion and any other evidentiary motions that defendants or objections that defendants want to make with regard to the admissibility of portions of the video would be made, heard, and ruled upon. Otherwise, you know how it goes. It is a step-by-step, frame-by-frame process, pre-trial motions, and it is a cut and splice type of thing, which certainly is done in certain cases, but under the circumstances here, based upon the fact that this is a court trial, and we're trying to expedite the matter to get to the nitty-gritty, which is the testimony of the witnesses and the testimony of Mr. Reyes, should he decide to exercise his right to testify. If you're good with that, I suggest we do this, but I need to know that both counsel are good with it.
I'm fine with that.
Attorney Seeger.
So Judge, and with respect to the ruling, so if we played video, for example, today, play button's held, and then tomorrow.
Which is a video which has been out in the public domain for quite some time.
So for the purposes of the record, the video being in the record, the play button gets pushed today. Tomorrow morning I come in and I say, we reviewed this portion of the video, my motion to limine is there.
I'm gonna do with rulings on this tomorrow.
Okay.
And then also, certainly any additional evidentiary objections you wish to make based upon the rules of evidence and what you see in the video.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's a cumbersome process to cut and paste, as I understand it.
I understand. So I don't want to,
but audio visual is not one.
I don't want to jumping up and down, making the objections at all. I'm going to listen to the video. You got my
I have a
objections.
series of objections here already. We
Yeah.
discussed them in chambers.
Okay.
You know where the court's lining up on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, once again, I ask you, are you in agreement with this plan?
Yes, as long as I can make my objections at some.
Now, scheduling.
I'm sorry, the officer, there's a question, there's a concern state had about the media.
The time for that objection would have been at the time the request was filed and the court. What is your objection?
I'm not objecting to the filming of the proceeding. I am concerned about the witnesses being televised, state, because I'll put my reasons on the record now, that's my concern. I don't object to them, recording it, it could be audio tape recorded and things like that, but there I can represent there have been a number of phone calls that our office has received since this incident occurred back in July of 2021, where these were anonymous calls, that they were harassing phone calls, they were vulgar, they were vile, some were of a threatening nature. My understanding is that the city, the Danbury City Hall's staff also received calls like that. One particular on July 27th of 2021 was very threatening in nature. One of our witnesses asserted that he had received harassing calls at his own home, that his wife had also had received, and that is my concern.
Attorney Senator, I understand that. I assume, though, that the information that is in the file, when witnesses are called, that information could be, transmitted, obviously, to those that follow Mr. Reyes' website or follow Mr. Reyes as a persona, and as a result, whether they know what they look like or not, they could be reached out to. Certainly, that's something that shouldn't be happening. Right? I mean, these people are here, they're doing their job, they shouldn't be called at home, they shouldn't be given any kind of harassing contact from anyone associated with this case on either side. But under the circumstances, I'm not certain that where we are right now, me having the witnesses testify without being shown, in light of the fact that it's an openness, an open courtroom, and the media outlet has been vetted by the District Branch External Affairs Office. I don't know if not showing them physically would make it any better.
I just want to state my concern on the record.
Just in brief response, just to make it clear, it's not, my client has nothing to do with these communications. He didn't make any of the communications.
He did not make them himself. I think there are certainly individuals who follow Mr. Reyes with great interest. So, okay, with that being said, here's how you can call your first witness. Oh, schedule tomorrow, 2 o'clock, and every day at 2 o'clock until we're done. Right? So, and I apologize, like I said, this was obviously very atypical. I think I can count on one hand the number of times I've gone past 3 o'clock in my 6 months plus here. So under the circumstances, it's atypical, but sometimes things happen. Like I said, I've made as many apologies as I could with regard to that. So we'll start now, and we'll take it up tomorrow. Matter of fact, let's be safe. Let's just say 2:15 each day going forward, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you all, Attorney Senator. You're welcome.
They would call, to the witness stand, Sergeant Vito Yacobelis from the Danbury Police Department. We were drawn like this.
I think our clerk has cleared out the witness stand.
Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear?
Hold on. I have to ask. I was just checking your watch. There's no recording on your watch. Obviously, it's being recorded by the young church out. So what I just saw is just you checking the time, Mr. Reyes.
Yes, sir.
You understand why I have to ask under the circumstances?
Sure.
Okay. Go for it.
Do you solemnly swear solemnly sincerely affirm that the case may be that the information provided today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, or upon penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Sir, please state your name and title for the record, please.
Sergeant Vito Yacobelis of the Danbury Police Department.
Thank you very much, sir. You may be seated.
Can I just get you spell your last name, please?
I-A-C-O, B as in boy, E as in Edward, L-L-I-S.
Thank you.
May I proceed? Good afternoon, Sergeant Yacobelis. You work for the Danbury Police Department.
Yes, I do.
How long have you worked for them?
I have worked for the Danbury Police Department since September 28th of 2015.
Okay. And what is your current assignment with that department?
I'm a sergeant in the patrol division.
Okay. And how long have you been a sergeant?
I was promoted to the rank of sergeant December 19th of 2021.
Your Honor, I don't want to get up and down and check, but I don't know that, I don't know what Mr. Yacobelis is reading from there. And if he's going to answer the questions, I suppose, that,
What do you have?
I don't know what he's got there.
He's-
My report and some.
Okay, so generally how that works is Attorney Zentner's going to ask you questions. If you have trouble recalling or you need help refreshing your recollection, Attorney Zentner will ask you if there's a document that will help refresh your recollection. That will be when you can look at your report, indicate to Attorney Zentner whether or not your refreshing has been refreshed, your recollection has been refreshed, and then you'll be able to then testify as to what the answer, your answer to the question is. You cannot read from that document. Okay?
Sure.
Attorney Zentner?
Please sit here.
Yes.
Why don't we give that back to Attorney Knuckles, they will take that, and if you need it at some point, that'll be when you can consult the same. That being said, we may proceed with your direct examination.
So Sergeant, back in July of 2021, what was your current rank or position back then?
I was a patrol officer in July.
And what were some of your duties as a patrol officer back then?
Primarily to answer calls for service.
I would like to now direct your attention to the date of July 15, 2021. Were you working that day?
Yes, I was.
Okay, and you remember what shift or what hours you may have been working that day?
I was working day shift, which is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
And did you have occasion to go over to the Danbury City Hall?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know the address of that location?
It's 155 Deer Hill Ave,
In Danbury.
here in Danbury.
And do you know about what time you were dispatched there?
I believe it was 10:19 a.m.
And what was your understanding of the reason why you were dispatched to that location at City Hall?
It was, as far as I recall, it was a disturbance.
Did you go with any fellow officers?
Yes, I did.
And what were their names?
Officer Farrell and Sergeant Fernandez.
And when you went there, did you meet with anybody in particular that you remember at City Hall?
Yes, we met with the defendant. He was in the parking lot outside.
Okay, and for the record, what is the defendant's name?
Sean Paul Reyes.
Okay, did you have a conversation with Mr. Reyes?
Yes, I did.
And was that recorded on a body cam that you were wearing?
Yes, it was.
To your recollection, did Mr. Reyes also have some kind of recording device that he was holding on?
Yes, he was recording us on his phone.
Cell phone?
Yes.
By the way, do you see Mr. Reyes in court today?
Yes.
Would you kindly point him out and describe what he is wearing?
He's wearing a black suit and a red shirt.
Who stipulates Mr. Reyes?
Court will take notice of the fact that the witness has identified the defendant, Mr. Reyes.
Did you meet with anybody else who was employed by the city as a security guard at City Hall?
Yes.
Who was that person?
Phil Janusa is the security.
Now, without going, did you have a conversation with Mr. Reyes while you were at that location at some point while you were at the City Hall premises?
Yes.
And the same question with regards to Mr. Janusa, did you have a conversation with him? No, just call for yes or no.
Yes.
Was your conversation with both, withdrawn, was your conversation you said with Mr. Reyes, was that captured on your, you said on your body cam?
Yes, it was.
To the extent that you yourself were talking to Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
And how about with Mr. Janusa? Was your conversation captured with him on your body cam?
Yes, it was.
I'm just going to jump ahead for a minute. At some point later that day, did you have occasion to interview Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
And where was that?
At in the interview room in the lobby of Danbury Police Headquarters.
Okay, was that also recorded?
Yes, it was.
Your body cam footage for that day concerning from the time you got to City Hall until the end of your speaking to Mr. Reyes of the police department, approximately, how long was that in terms of length of duration?
3 hours, 27 minutes.
And as a result of that, what did you do with that how did you download that? What did you do to capture that?
Well, it's the same every day. It's recorded on our body camera, and then there's a docking station in the orders room, and we place the camera in the docking station, and that is when the cameras upload to the Axon server.
And that was done in this case as well?
Yes, it was.
Now, at the state's request, did you have occasion to look on YouTube and find any of the videos that were created by the defendant, Mr. Reyes, concerning this matter?
Yes.
And what about another matter involving the city of Danbury, involving a public library? It was drawn. Did you have occasion to also have you said you had footage from Mr. Reyes at City Hall on this day, July 15th of 2021?
Yes.
Okay. And then did you also have occasion to download a video of Mr. Reyes from June 10th of 2021?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance has nothing to do with this case.
Overruled.
Did you have occasion to do that?
Yes.
Okay. And what about, with regard to Mr. Reyes' videos from July 21st of 2021, did you have occasion to download both his from the morning and later on that afternoon of July 21st, 2021 at City Hall?
I believe you mean July 15th.
I'm sorry, July 15th, 2021.
Yes.
So the download date's July 15, 2021.
And is what, right? And then the first one, the state reference was from June 10th of 2021. Did you also have occasion to download, John? Is there an officer named Contreras who's employed by your department?
Yes.
And for the record, what is his or her first name?
Jonathan.
And what was his position back on July 15th, 2021?
He was a patrol officer as well.
Okay. And to your knowledge, did he have occasion to go to that location at Danbury City Hall later that day, on July 15th, 2021?
Yes, he did.
Did he, to your knowledge, did he have a body cam on as well? When he was
Yes.
there? And what did you do with that footage from that? Was that downloaded as well?
His body camera footage directly would have been loaded to the Axon server. But from YouTube, his body camera footage was downloaded.
Okay. And did you have occasion to create that, those 4 videos?
Correct.
Just to recap, you have June 10, 2021, right? Then you have the morning at City Hall in Danbury of July 15, 2021, right?
Correct.
And then later in the afternoon, you have Mr. Contreras' or Officer Contreras' body cam from the afternoon of July 15, 2021 at City Hall.
Yes, with the slight difference, it's not directly Officer Contreras' body camera footage. I believe Officer Contreras' body camera footage was FOI'd and then posted on YouTube, and that's the video.
And that's the
And I
video.
got the YouTube videos, one of which is Officer Contreras' body camera footage.
Okay. Fair enough.
It would appear to be Officer Contreras' body camera footage based on my knowledge and experience of the incident.
Okay, and then was there also body cam, I'm sorry, John, was there also video or coverage from Mr. Reyes' own phone from the afternoon of July 15, 2021 from City Hall?
Yes.
Did you was all that put on a thumb drive or a request?
Yes, it was.
May I approach the clerk, please? May I have this warrant for ID, please? Please have a moment, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor, just speaking to counsel, this exhibit falls under the objection, of course, the motion to limit anything I can bring up tomorrow, but for present purposes.
So, like I said, and rather to make the record again, is that there's a defense motion limiting here making specific evidentiary objections to the video, which is lengthy, but we're looking for completeness of the record. I spoke of an option council wanted it done this way, I'm fine with this. But what we're gonna do is I'll make a record and entertain all of your evidentiary objections, make rulings, and indicate if obviously the matters are to be disregarded by the finder of fact, which is in this case me. I will let you know that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This allows us to proceed. Now, the information I have here so far is these are a series of body cam videos what about anything, if anything, generated by Mr. Reyes?
Yeah, my understanding is that there's essentially 3 videos generated by Mr. Reyes himself, and there's body cam footage from Officer Contreras, as well as those are one of the 4
And
files.
these were extracted by this particular witness off of the internet.
He did, and he can describe the procedure, how he was able to do that, but they are, and he,
Then proceed with that line of question.
so talking State's Exhibit 1 for ID, how was that then done? Were you able to give us a copy of the thumb drive with the 4 files?
Yes, I was.
How was that done?
Officer, sorry, it's gonna pick you up. You don't have
Oh.
to, you can have to use the mic.
Okay.
Otherwise, I think our board monitors know which are here. Okay.
No, keep the microphone over by your face.
Right, it's gonna come your way, but don't put it like in your house.
Yeah, just-
I felt like it was over here before, I don't know.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right, I'm trying to remember where I was. Okay, so these 4 files, how were you able to download them and then give us the State's Attorney's Office a copy on his thumb drive of these 4 files?
I happened to work with the other midnight supervisor that I worked with was Sergeant Anthony Minico. He was the evidence technician for the last 20 years, so he has access to thumb drives that the police department owns. I do not, and I could have gotten one, but when you work with someone who's been an evidence technician for 20 years, I asked him if he would obtain these videos from YouTube. However, it's, I imagine, a very simple process. They're on the internet and you just download them onto your thumb drive. But I got a coworker to do it who has access to the thumb drives.
So may I approach the witness, please, Your Honor?
You may.
So showing you State's Exhibit 1 for ID only. This is the thumb drive that you gave us, to the best of your memory.
Yes.
The State would offer as a full exhibit. I understand that there may be limitations that are going to be perhaps forthcoming by the court.
There will be specific evidentiary limitations based upon the rules of evidence and the motion of limine filed by Attorney Seeger, and certainly any further evidentiary objections that Attorney Seeger has certainly the right to make. This is just an opportunity to get it going, to begin to make the record, and then if there was a jury here, we did different procedure. Okay, with that being said, Attorney Seeger?
Reserving my objections till we can play the video, and I understand the court's ruling.
Thank you, sir.
Perhaps we have the clerk mark it as a full exhibit for the purpose of this hearing or trial, subject to the limitations that the court has identified.
Judge, I may suggest something for the purpose of clarity, and I don't want to belabor the point, but maybe the exhibit should remain ID until the ruling.
So then we're going to go through frame by frame anyway? Attorney
No,
Seeger?
I'm saying it's subject to objection, but right at this very second.
It's going to be, I'm intending to, unless, make your objection, but I'm intending to make it a full exhibit and then make the record afterwards as to what parts of that particular file that we are ignoring based on evidentiary shortcomings. And I understand your concern, but under the circumstances, otherwise then it's from 1 minute, 2 seconds into 1 minute, 45 seconds, that matters out, you know what I mean? So I think that could be a laborious enterprise, and under the circumstances, this is what I think we decided to do.
Yes.
You okay with that?
Yeah, I was more the label of it. I don't know what the Court of Appeals.
So I'm going to have
I don't know
it,
the
because it's going to be played now for the
Yep.
record. I'm
I understand.
going to have it listed as a full exhibit, so understand, and I think we all are in agreement how we're going to handle the evidentiary issue.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Madam Lady Martin.
I'll make that so I can play it. Thank you. So the first file, Your Honor, is going to be from June 10th, 2021. It's on the record here.
June 10th, 2021?
Yes. I'm just having a moment, please.
Hey, what's up guys? Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. Today we are at the Danbury City Hall in Danbury, Connecticut. If you haven't watched my last video, I suggest you go watch it. My First and Fourth Amendment rights were violated by the Danbury Police Department. I was unlawfully trespassed and removed from the building under threat of arrest. Also, I was compelled to give my ID under threat of arrest, both unlawful orders. I just left the Danbury Police Department, Internal Affairs, and submitted a formal complaint. I am here today to peacefully exercise my First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, and also to hand deliver this notice of intent to the Danbury City Clerk. Let's see how they do. I don't have a lot of hope for this one, but you know, let's see. Ooh, giant Uncle Sam right off the bat. That's pretty cool. We want you. How you doing, sir?
Where do you have to go today?
City clerk. Town clerk, sorry.
Okay, so for the record, I'm stopping at the 135 mark. The person depicted in that video, Sergeant, who was that person, if you know?
That is Phil Janusa, the security guard.
Who was at that time employed by the City Hall for the City of Danbury?
Yes.
Why do you need my name, sir?
Huh?
Why do you need my name?
I need your name, or else you can't go upstairs. I have to clock everybody in. This is the house rules.
But you understand that by taking my name, you know...
Either you give me your name, or I can't let you go upstairs. I have to give everybody a card, and everybody's gonna log in. I don't set the rules, I enforce the rules. So either you give me your name, or you can turn that thing off. Then you can give me your name, or else you have to leave.
I'm not going to turn my camera off, sir, respectfully.
Or then you have to leave. You can't go upstairs. I have to. Everybody's logged in.
No,
Everybody I have to take.
but all I'm saying is that it seems kind of backwards to me that to enter this is a public building, right?
It is now. It wasn't like this before the pandemic. Now this is what they want me to do.
But
I
just-
don't make the rules. Like I said, I just do what I'm told. You have to sign in and you have to carry the card. If you don't want to sign in, you have to leave.
Yeah.
So
What
it's up to you.
I could give you a completely fake name, you wouldn't even know it, right?
You want to do that?
You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna.
I like to think that you're a trustworthy, honest person.
I'm not gonna.
I'm
no.
not asking you your medical history or whatever. I'm just asking you for your name.
No,
Please
but
turn that off.
I'm not
Turn that
gonna.
off.
I'm not gonna turn that off, sir. But
You're gonna turn that off, or you give me your name, or you're gonna go. What
Okay,
is it?
listen. So all I'm trying to explain
Why?
to you, sir, is that I just shouldn't have to surrender my Fourth Amendment right to enter a public
Don't go
building.
there.
Don't go there. This is United States of America.
I am the guard here. I don't make the rules. I enforce the rules. This is what they want me to do. They want me to take your name, give you a card, and you go upstairs. Maybe in a month or two's time, then they might stop with carding people's names and giving the cards.
Yeah,
Now,
well-
what are you gonna do? Because I don't like being on film.
Okay,
So you can knock it off.
I can understand why.
Okay.
'Cause
So what do you want to do?
You're not a nice
What do you-
gentleman.
I'm not. I'm a rotten person. Yeah.
Your name is Janusa.
Look, buddy. Either get out
Don't
or
touch,
else you give
don't
me your
touch
name.
me, man. Don't touch me.
Hang on a second.
Don't touch me, man.
Hang on a second.
Don't touch me.
You wait. You don't go upstairs. Put it down
It's just
now. I'm
don't-
telling you right now.
Listen, man.
They
Don't
can get
touch me.
out.
Don't touch
I'm gonna
me.
call David.
Don't touch me. Yeah, do
He
that.
won't give me his name.
Do that. Sir, are you a
I'm not
supervisor?
You have to give. You have to give me your name and you have to take a card.
Okay, listen. Are you a supervisor, sir?
No.
No? So why are you here? You're not a supervisor who can fix this.
Hey, Phil.
Yeah. What happened? You have to dial 797 456. He won't. He's taking me.
Who is?
I am, sir. I just don't want to surrender my Fourth Amendment right to enter a public building, that's all. I'm here to see the town clerk. I have business here. You can't refuse me from having business here. Exactly.
You have to, for the last
No, I
time,
do
turn
not.
the thing
No,
off.
I do, and I'm not
You're
turning
getting
it
under
off.
my skin.
For what purpose? This is a
Why
first.
can't
This
you
is a
give me
First
your name?
Amendment.
Give me your name and you go upstairs. It's simple. I'm not
It's
asking you
the
for your medical
it's the
history.
principle. It's the.
Do you have an appointment?
I am now. I'm gonna have to do another one of these if you don't let me upstairs. I am serving your city with an intent to sue. I have business here.
Okay, then.
I don't have to give my name.
Town clerk, just call Jan.
Yeah, I have to clock him. I have to get his name and send him. No.
No, just call Jan.
I'm just here to serve her. That's all I'm here to
And
do.
just tell her what's happening, whether she wants to come down or not. And then,
It's for Jan.
no, just tell her that.
Janice R. Giegler, I'm here to see.
Right.
Geigler. There's no need to call the police.
Are you, sir? See that thing?
How you doing?
Are you a state marshal?
Am I a state marshal?
Not a state marshal.
No. How do you know?
I'm gonna call the cops if he doesn't know. He wants to, all right.
You're making a big.
You can't go upstairs.
You're making a big mistake.
That's fine.
You're
Either
do-
you
you're do-
leave
you're
now
do-
or I
you're
call
do-
Danbury police.
You're dying. You're all you're doing.
Don't
All,
give me that garbage, buddy.
all you're doing
I do
is-
my job and I do it very well.
no, you do, obviously not. Obviously not. Obviously not. You got anger problems, man. You shouldn't be doing a job like this if you got those anger
I've
problems.
got anger problems, buddy.
Yeah, you
My
do.
track record speaks for itself at the hospital. I was there 9 years. You're
All right.
stepping over. You're stepping over the line. Hang on.
No, I'm not. Exercising my right is stepping over the line.
Follow the lead like everybody else does.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you for that. I'm just asking you for your name.
This is a public building. I'm here to conduct business.
Don't fall upstairs, buddy.
Why would I? When you're being so hospitable.
Yeah, but if they did it for time, it didn't matter, and,
All right. Like I said, there's nobody else. They got two of them almost. They're doing, it was fine.
How you doing today,
So
officers?
this gentleman wants to go up to see Jan, up to the town. He's got a log in his name, he's gonna take the card. He doesn't want to relinquish his name, and he wants to go upstairs, and he keeps filming everything.
Yeah, so I'm filming everything because I'm a journalist. I'm gathering content for a story, so that's my First Amendment right. This is a public building. I'm not going to relinquish my name because I shouldn't have to relinquish my name. That's a violation of my Fourth Amendment rights to relinquish my name. This is a public building. I'm here to conduct official business. You guys already violated my rights yesterday.
Sergeant, just so the record's clear, we're at the 7:36 mark on the tape. Could you identify, if you know, the two officers one at a time, please? And going, as you look at the video, so to our right, as we're looking at as the viewer, who is that? He has a face mask on, appears to have a face mask on.
The officer with the face mask is Officer Adam Cantor.
And is he, I'm sorry,
Oh, sorry.
is he a patrol person as well?
Yes.
And is he, for the record, employed by the Danbury Police Department?
Yes.
Okay. And the officer to his left appeared to have facial hair. Who is that, with no mask on?
That is Officer David Santiago.
And what's his position?
He's a police officer as well.
Again, with the Danbury Police.
Correct.
I'm here to serve a notice of intent to sue. That's all I'm trying to do, and I would have been out of here, in and out. That's it. I'm not breaking any laws. This is a public building. It doesn't matter. They can't refuse service to me.
yes, they can, sir, yes, they can. At the end of the day, it is a public building, but if they want to refuse service to you,
I just want to get your guys' name. Cantor 683, Santiago 685. Yeah, so guys, you know, this is, unfortunately you're wrong. This is a public building.
so what would you like us to do at this point?
I would,
I'm sorry, there appears to be an officer, a third one that just showed up at the 8:08 mark. Or about around there, maybe a few seconds before that. Who would that be?
That is Officer Daniel Benzing. He's a patrol officer on the Danbury Police Department.
Okay, thank you.
I would just like to, I would like to conduct my business. I have business here. This is a public building. I don't have to give my name. There is no law
Who are you looking
saying
to speak to?
I have to serve this paperwork, this legal document, onto the town clerk.
Okay, if the town clerk came down here, would you like to speak?
I mean, if she wants to come down here, that's fine.
That's an option?
Yeah, sure.
Would that be an option or no?
Yes, he's just arriving
Sure.
on the scene for a car fire, requesting code 1 for traffic.
I was just trying to get in and out of here. I'm here to serve paperwork. That's it. Can I get your name, sir?
I'm sorry?
Can I get your name, sir?
Officer Benson, badge number 674.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm not going to give it. You guys know. You guys know.
First time in my life.
Never seen you.
Well, you guys, no, I'm saying you guys, I'm not from here, but, you know, you guys got my name and stuff yesterday.
We're not all the same.
I just left the PD.
So, unfortunately, I don't have a say on what their rules and regulations are. That's up to the city. The city clearly has this in place.
Good.
Visitors, if you'd like to sign in, you're more than welcome to. You can sign in. You can go do whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
But as far as
So you literally just said a name, right? So what's the issue?
there's no issue. I'm just trying to help you resolve it.
Okay, great. So you got what you believe is my name, and I'm trying to go upstairs to serve a legal document. That's it, and then I'm out of here. This is a public building. If I wanted to walk around here all day and record, a notice of intent to sue. This is a legal document that I'm serving. No, you have to serve it on the town clerk. That's the way it works. I need to serve it to a Janice R. Geigler. I have a right to film here. You know what I mean? I do this all the time. You guys have no legal authority to stop me from filming. You have no legal authority to eject me from a public building. This is public. I'm not breaking any laws. That sign-in sheet is not law. So you guys aren't policy enforcement. You guys are law enforcement. So all I'm asking is to let me conduct my business in this public building that I have a right to be in and go about my day.
Again, if they don't want you here, you're gonna have to leave.
So I'm gonna be trespassed from town hall?
You will be, yes.
Are you telling me I'm trespassed as of now?
Trespass right this second.
Okay.
but
Well, you let me know.
The way
Okay.
it keeps on going, you can be trespassed. Yes, you can.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to do another one of these, man. Because you guys are. Can I request a supervisor, please? Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. You guys got a lot to learn over here, man. Seriously, I'm not trying to be an asshole to you guys. I'm not trying to be. I'm really not. All I'm really trying to do is stick up for my rights.
What's the whole issue? You just don't want to sign in?
Because no, I'll catch you up. So it's the Fourth Amendment prevents searches and seizure. So I shouldn't have to relinquish that right to enter a public building. That's all I'm saying.
So at what point did someone search you or seize you?
No, that giving my name, yeah,
Giving your name is not being searched.
yeah. It's you're seizing my name.
That makes
You're
no
forcing
sense.
me.
Makes no sense.
Yes, it does. Okay, it does.
Search
It
and
does.
seizure, the Fourth Amendment applies to motor vehicle housing and your person as far as physically.
My personal identification, my personal information.
Not like that, no. So.
It does, but
It does not.
okay. Alrighty. I don't want to argue.
Somebody be violating your Fourth Amendment right would be like me illegally searching your car, or me just busting in your house and illegally searching your house. Mm-hmm. That's what the Fourth Amendment usually applies to.
Okay.
Again, this is their policy. That's what they want. That's up to them. When the supervisor comes, we'll make a decision as to what's going to go on, and we'll go from there. That's all.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Santiago, just let me know whenever you want me to, whenever you're telling me to leave under threat of arrest, okay? All right, thank you. Because the minute you say those words, I'm gone. All right?
Listen, we're not trying to harass you or anything like that.
No.
If this is City Hall. If you wanted to do something, you have to just obey the rules.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Like I said, it's their policy.
Yeah.
Right? It's
But
not
just,
ours.
I understand what you're saying, but let me just say it like this, maybe this will paint a better picture. So the way it works is that the Constitution of the United States is on top. Then it goes laws, statutes, and then policies and stuff like that. So if the Constitution says I have a right to be here, that can't stop me from coming in here. So that's my point. And like I said, you might disagree, But, you know, I've done this enough times to know that what I'm saying is very, very true. And, you know, it obviously...
Are you from Danbury? Or?
No, I'm not from Danbury, but yeah. No, but I travel all over and do the same exact thing everywhere. And, you know, get good results. So, was policies back in the day that said, hey, colored people can't enter in this restaurant. That was a policy, right? It, you know, it might have been a policy, but it doesn't trump the United States Constitution and it doesn't trump the laws. So, you know, that's my basic point, is that a policy, anybody could write a policy. Like, they can have a policy in here that says, I can't film in here, right? Doesn't mean I can't. Because your guys' job as law enforcement is to, you guys took oaths, all of you guys are sworn law enforcement officers. You guys took oaths to the U.S. Constitution, right? To uphold the Constitution. You didn't take an oath to uphold this paper that they have here. So that's just my point. And I know that we're not going to agree here, but, you know, if you'd like to verbally trespass me under threat of arrest, I will gladly leave, and it would just be another lawsuit that I'd have to file.
Sorry.
Unfortunately, I'm sure the corporate counsel's here in this office.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're the attorneys for the town of Waterbury. I'm sure if you just gave him a ring and said, hey, we're preventing this guy from going upstairs and conducting business here because he doesn't want to give us his name and he's recording, I am positive that person will say, let him through right now, because they're the ones that are going to have to deal with the lawsuit. You understand? So I'm just saying, maybe you should cover your bases like that and just call them. Just call the corporate counsel.
So there's nobody up there. I went to probate, and they
All
told
right.
Mary probate said, you have them leave your number, and they can contact you. That's all I can do.
This gentleman right here is named Sergeant Pestilential.
It's a hell of a name.
Look, I'm just a guardian. I'm stationed down here. I don't walk the floors.
I understand. You're the first representation of this place, so they should maybe...
I'll say it again. Well, it's like two for the price of one. I went upstairs for you. I'm not supposed to leave my post down here. There's nobody there. I talked to somebody in probate. You can leave me your number, and you can make an appointment and get back.
Yeah, but nobody answers. How can I...
This is all I can tell you, my friends. I mean, I can't go to the mayor's house and break his door. Your name was Jay Neer.
Okay, at this point, I'm going to ask you to stop the tape. It's 5 minutes to 5. That's about as far as we can go today. We're going to resume tomorrow. I would say be ready to go at 2:15. I will do my absolute best to make myself available at that time, certainly on the docket every day. Like I said, we're usually done in an opportunity here to get this trial completed in orderly fashion. We're here at 2:15. Be ready to go at that point. It might be a little longer, but certainly I don't anticipate it being anything like that. And once again, I apologize to our witnesses who are present. I understand two in the back, Mr. Reyes as well, of course. They were scheduled for 2, and I was unable to begin this until far after 2, due to the fact that we had an unusually cumbersome docket today. So with that being said, we stand in recess now. 2:15, we pick up where we left off tomorrow. Recess.
All right. Course now, gentlemen.
We can get the equipment from Just
Thought I meant to.